Get started because we're a few minutes after 12 already. So here are the topics that we're going to go over. Just going to do a brief intro into who Zen Gen Holistic is and what Reiki is. We're going to do a self-love exercise. And for that, we'll use a mirror. So if you have either like a small mirror or you can, go to the bathroom and use the bathroom mirror. So we'll have a few minutes for that. So you'll have plenty of time to, run to the restroom and use the mirror there if need be. I'm going to go over a few different wellness tips for grounding your energy. We're going to do some Reiki. So you'll be able to experience a virtual Reiki session. There's going to be a new way to work with me, a new membership. And then at the end, we'll do Q&A. So if you have questions, please feel free to write them down and I will be so happy to answer them at the end. All right. So who is Zen Gen Holistic? Well, first and foremost, that's me. I'm Jennifer, and I'm a certified Reiki practitioner, and I specialize in so many different things, but the areas of my specialty are relaxation, releasing any type of negative energy and pent-up trauma, chakra balancing, improving mental health, and focusing on overall well-being. So what Reiki is a holistic technique and a holistic healing technique that's used to promote healing throughout the whole entire body. The great thing about it is it is energy. So it can be experienced in any different type of capacity, whether you're in person or if you are virtual. So you could be in different states and different countries. Like for example, I know Natalie, you're in Greece. So, I could do the Reiki session today and you'll still be able to feel it because it's all energy. Now, the reason why I decided to get into Reiki was because I had a long history of abandonment issues and trauma. So when I was younger, unfortunately, my father passed away unexpectedly, and I witnessed it, and it was very traumatic. And at the end of that, me and my brother were sent to live with multiple people and different homes. So we really didn't have a stable environment. So we were really confused and we definitely felt abandoned. We definitely felt from some family members we were physically, mentally, and emotionally abused. And in some cases, we were even spiritually abused. So I grew up severely depressed, very angry, confused all the time, and using alcohol to suppress any type of negative feeling that I was feeling. Now, also during this time frame, I got a little bit older, but I was still, still a child. I actually, and there's going to be a reason why I'm sharing this. I was a Make-A-Wish Foundation kid. And the reason why is because I had something very similar to leukemia, like a blood disorder that was treated in the cancer center. So I was treated in the cancer center for over a year. And I was a Make-A-Wish Foundation kid. And what that is, it's for terminally ill kids that they are pretty much giving you your last wish before you, unfortunately pass. But for some reason, after a year of treatment, I was miraculously healed. And that like really opened my eyes. Like I realized like, obviously I'm put here for a reason. So after that, I realized I was like, okay, I obviously survived this because I'm supposed to be here. Now, what can I do to help get me from another point to, from point A to point B? So I had to find a way to heal myself. Now, I did so many different techniques, some of which worked, some of which didn't. I did talk therapy and that was okay, but I would only feel good for about, a few days. It wasn't a long-term solution. So I started really diving into spirituality, going to yoga, doing meditation, and it was really, really challenging, especially when you have all these thoughts in your head, especially being depressed and angry and confused. All these thoughts are popping in your head like, oh my gosh, I don't think that this is going to work. Long story short, it took a while, but I was able to kind of overcome that. And I started getting into crystals and essential oils. And that's why I'm so passionate about using them with my healing techniques, because they really, really helped transform my life. Nothing really moved the pedestal forward as much as Reiki did. And the reason why I'm so passionate about it is because for the first time in my life, I actually felt happy. I started overcoming all of those trauma boundaries and self-love and self-worth blockages that I was experiencing from my abandonment issues. I started to overcome that with Reiki. I started to overcome that with doing self-love coaching. And that's why I am so passionate about Reiki and self-love and using different types of healing modalities to move the pedestal forward. Now, what I love about healing is that it really helps to transform your life. Now, I want to make a disclaimer because sometimes when people are thinking they're healing and they're feeling good, they're like, okay, I'm healed. I don't need to heal anymore. And that's not the case. Healing is a lifelong process, but when you overcome your trauma or your boundaries or your blockages, then that's when you are able to feel better for longer and things don't trigger you as much. So the reason why I shared the story about, me being a Make-A-Wish Foundation kid is because I recently went to go do my cancer screening, and obviously I'm high risk because I had it in the past, not to mention it runs in my family. I got some scary news that I had to have a procedure a few weeks ago, and it was honestly, it was very scary. I'm not gonna lie, I was not feeling 100%, but with all of the healing that I did, I was able to, instead of going down to a deep, dark place like I normally would have, I made sure I leaned on my friends. I leaned on my family saying, hey, this is what I'm going through. I just need some support. So I made sure that I reached out to people because I'm a Capricorn. I don't tend to do that. I like to, if something's bothering me, I want to work on it myself. I don't want anybody else to know. Since I've been able to go through this healing, I was able to reach out to the people that were closest to me, say, hey, I really need your support. I don't need you to do anything. I just, need you to be here and, let me vent or whatever it may be. And I wasn't able to do that in the past. And I think that is what is really important when it comes to healing, is to keep that in mind, that it's not a one-stop shop. You may go through different types of hurdles and roller coaster rides, and at the end of the day, it's how you react to the new triggers. So this was a major trigger for me because I spent a year of my life thinking that I was on death's door. So this was another trigger, thinking like, okay, maybe this is my time. But instead of letting those thoughts consume me, I found a way to overcome it and try to make the best of this situation. So that's why I love healing and Reiki and self-love, because it has allowed me to feel better and not be as triggered as often or as much. So that was me in a little nutshell. Now I want to kind of go on to a self-love mirror exercise. Now when I'm talking about mirror, I'm literally mean mirror. So you can either use like a little handheld mirror, or feel free to, take this time and go to the bathroom and look in the mirror. I'm going to give you guys 5 minutes to really sit and have a conversation with ourselves. Now, the prompt that I want you to have, and of course, feel free to shut off your camera if it's not already off. I want you to feel comfortable because this is a safe space. So feel free to shut your camera off if it's not already off. And just use that mirror and say to yourself out loud, so you can mute yourself as well if you're not already muted, I am proud of you because. So I'll give you a good example. So I'll look at myself in the mirror, and this is a really fun time to just get goofy. You can laugh at yourself because this is funny. Like, talking to yourself in the mirror is actually kind of funny. So allow yourself to have some fun. And then when you get overcome the giggles, you'll actually be able to kind of just look at yourself and tell yourself why you're proud. So I am proud of you because you've been able to overcome trauma. You've been able to overcome all of your health issues and be able to reach out to others for help when in the past you weren't able to do that. I'm proud of you for, trying to keep positive in the midst of, all the craziness going on. But I'm also proud of you for feeling your emotions and allowing yourself to go with the flow. So something like that. But feel free to tackle any type of situation that you're going through. So it could be health, It could be your physical appearance. It could be your mental wellness. It could be your relationships or money or whatever it may be. And try to tackle that as many different things and what you've been able to overcome in the next 5 minutes. So I am going to actually mute myself and stop my own video because I'm going to do this exercise with you, and I'm going to give us 5 minutes to do this. And I'll give you a minute warning when we have a minute left. So I'm going to mute myself and to stop my video. All right, just letting you know, we have 1 minute left. All right, so I'm going to give you guys another second to come on back. And I hope you liked the mirror exercise as much as I do. And of course, when you're doing, if you want to do this again in the future, you can replace that with anything else. You can, instead of saying, I'm proud of you because, or you could say, I'm happy that my life is going this way because feel free to change that as, to kind of fit what you need. Let's see. Oh, thank you, Natalie. All right, so next we're going to go on to a few different wellness tips for grounding your energy. Now, I'm sure you may have heard me talk about earthing. It's one of my favorite things. I absolutely love it. But I'm going to actually go over a few different benefits to earthing and why it's so important. So, earthing has gained a lot of attention over the last few years because there are so many health benefits to it. Different ways that you can earth or walk barefoot onto the grass, onto the outside is walking in the grass, the sand, soil, walking in the water, so like in the lake or near an ocean or any type of damp surface. Now, there's so many different benefits to earthing. So the first benefit, which is pretty self-explanatory, is connection to nature. Now, walking barefoot allows us to make direct contact with the earth, providing a deep sense of connection to to nature and also gratitude. This might have some different type of psychological benefits, such as stress reduction, improved mood, and the increased feelings of well-being. Now, a really awesome benefit that not a lot of people know is the electrical grounding aspect of it. It's actually very scientific. So, the earth has a negative electrical charge, and walking barefoot on the ground allows us to transfer the electrons from the earth into our body. So, this process allows us to neutralize the excess of positive charge, which are known as free radicals in the body, which has an antioxidant effect. Now, as you know, you probably know antioxidants are really great at removing the toxins from your body, but also walking barefoot on the ground can do the same thing. So that's what I absolutely love about it. And it's very scientific, and I think that's probably one of my favorite benefits of it. Another really cool benefit that not a lot of people know is that it reduces inflammation. Some different types of earthing may reduce inflammation in the body by balancing the body's electrical system, kind of like the electrical grounding we were just talking about, and reduces the excess charge of the positively charged electrons, again, like we had just mentioned, which are also associated with inflammation. So the antioxidants help reduce the inflammation as well. So that's what I love. It helps to improve our sleep because after you practice earthing, it helps to regulate the circadian rhythms in our body, and it promotes better sleep by balancing the electrical signals. So remember the protons and the electrons and those types of things that we were mentioning. Now, along with reducing inflammation, it's also really great at pain reduction. So it has been suggested that that walking barefoot on the ground helps to alleviate pain, discomfort, again, inflammation, and it's really good for conditions like arthritis and different types of chronic pain. And then the last benefit, which again, connection to nature, it's stress reduction. So this one may be a little bit more like, okay, yeah, that one makes sense. But the reason why is because it reduces levels of cortisol, which is known as the stress hormone. And that helps to contribute to us relaxing and reducing stress, and also kind of calming down our whole entire body. So not only is it good for our physical body, it's also good for our mental body as well. So those are just a few of my favorite benefits of grounding and, you know, balancing our energy. And again, you can walk barefoot on the grass and the sand, soil, any type of water or damp surface. So those are some of my favorite things. Now I'm going to do a grounding visualization. So let me see. Oh, Yes, Natalie, I love them too. I'm going to do a grounding visualization. So what I want you to do is to take a deep breath in through your nose and then out through your mouth. I want you to close your eyes and I want you to plant your feet firmly onto the floor. I want you to visualize that roots are growing down from your feet deep into the earth's surface. I want you to envision them expanding and intertwining with the soil, the rocks, the mud, sand. And I want you to imagine it's securing you firmly, like the roots of an ancient oak tree. As your roots are growing deeper into the earth's surface, I want you to inhale deeply. Now exhale and release any feelings of anxiety, overwhelm, or tension through the roots. Allow the roots to sink in even further and allow the earth to replenish you, drawing up the energy and the nutrients through the roots and into your body. I want you to take in one more breath and breathe in peace, love, happiness, harmony, safety, and security. Whenever you're ready, you can open your eyes back up. Or if you would like, you can continue to keep your eyes closed as we go on to the next grounding exercise. Completely your preference. So if you've worked with me in the past, then you know I love the fourfold breath, or also known as box breathing. Now, the really great thing about this is you can do this at any point in time if you're just trying to calm your mind, if you're noticing you're having anxiety, or if you just want to ground yourself even further. The fourfold breath is wonderful. So you can either continue to keep your eyes closed or you can open your eyes. We're going to go through this 4 times and I will lead you through each different point. So we're going to get started. I want you to breathe in for 4 seconds. Hold it for 4 seconds. Exhale for 4 seconds. And be still for 4 seconds. We're going to repeat that 3 more times. Breathe in for 4 seconds. Hold it for 4 seconds. Exhale for 4 seconds. And be still for 4 seconds. We're going to repeat that 2 more times. Breathe in for 4 seconds. Hold it for 4 seconds. Exhale for 4 seconds. And be still for 4 seconds. All right, we're going to repeat that 1 more time. Breathe in for 4 seconds. Hold it for 4 seconds. Exhale for 4 seconds. And be still for 4 seconds. Now that we've calmed ourselves and our body down with our visualization technique, our breathing technique, we're going to go to my favorite, Reiki. So, this is going to be a really great way for you to experience Reiki in a virtual setting. So this is a perfect time for you to either turn off your camera, turn off your mic. Feel free to leave them on if you'd like. Completely your preference. Again, safe space, so you do what you're comfortable with. So you can either sit down or lay down, and then get comfortable. I will guide you in and out. So, you're not just like laying there or sitting there. But yeah, I'll give you a second to either find a quiet place to sit or lay down and just get comfortable. All right. So whether you're sitting or laying, allow yourself to just sink into the chair or to the couch or wherever you may be, and allow yourself to again visualize that you are a tree and your roots are sinking deep into the earth's surface. I want you to take 3 deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. And I want you to think of a word or a phrase that you can bring your awareness back to if your mind starts to wander. I would love if you can find a word that is something that is about grounding or stability, security, but it could be something completely different too. It could be something like love or happiness, or it can be a phrase like I am happy. Whatever resonates with you, I want you to keep that and bring your awareness back to it if your mind starts to wander. As you get more comfortable, I'm going to start cleansing with selenite, which is a wonderful crystal to help attract any negative energy that we may be holding on to and help it just disperse and renew itself. And I'll be using a lot of red jasper to help us ground our energy. I want you to start to bring awareness back to your body. You can start to move your hands and feet to wake up your body. Before you open your eyes, I want you to take in 3 deep breaths, in through your nose and out through your mouth. Whenever you feel ready, you can open your eyes. And whether you're sitting or laying down, you can either sit up or continue to lay down or wherever you feel comfortable. I'll give you a second to just kind of bring your attention and awareness back to current state. My number one tip after every Reiki session is to make sure you stay hydrated. It's kind of like an energetic massage. So, like after you get a massage, you want to stay hydrated. Same thing. You definitely want to stay hydrated afterwards. All right. So that was the Reiki portion of our workshop. Now I'm going to go over a new way to work with me. Now, I'm not reinventing the wheel or anything. It's not the newest, it's not a brand spanking new way, especially if you've been on this journey with me for a few years. It's the same program, but I'm offering different things this time around. So the last time I launched this program was 2 years ago. And now I am revamping it and upgrading it. So the program is called Step Into Your Power, but more specifically, Step Into Your Power in 2024. So, in a nutshell, what it is, it's a 12-week one-on-one VIP package or membership. Now, what does that look like working one-on-one with me as a VIP member? It's going to be 12 different alternating weeks of 75-minute Reiki healing session and 1 hour self-love coaching session. So that'll include like confidence and boundaries setting. And they both will have different types of homework to go with that. So kind of like if you do a regular Reiki session with me, I always give you recommendation and tips. This is going to be the same concept. However, I'm going to be your accountability partner and making sure that you do your homework every week. But the homework is fun. It's a great way to integrate what we were working on that previous week. So if we were doing some Reiki where I was clearing blockages, maybe it could be something like gratitude journaling or meditation or breath work, or it could even be self-love exercise, like, telling one person, no throughout that week or something like that. So it's going to be very specific based on what we're working through. And that's why I do it one-on-one, because every situation is going to be separate and different. Now, the way that you and I will stay in contact is through my Telegram support group, which is available Monday through Friday, where we'll check in. I'll check in with you daily to make sure that you're doing okay. If you need help, sometimes maybe you just need a midweek, like mini Reiki pick-me-up session. I can send you either a recording or do a little clearing for you. And that's a really great way for us to just stay in contact with each other to make sure that we're on the same path. Because sometimes, like when you're going through a lot and you're working through a lot, it may not come as quick as you want it to. And we may be like, oh yeah, we'll breeze through this, no problem. Sometimes when we're working through a blockage that maybe we don't know is there, it may take a little bit longer for us to work through. And that's where that Telegram support comes in, where you're like, hey, I'm still having an issue with this, or I need a little bit more working on this. And I can continue to send you meditation videos or do an extra Reiki session with you. And that's why I love that extra support. So this all comes with extra bonuses. Now, it also comes with a free mini Reiki release, which is an MP4. And that is great for you to release any type of negative or stagnant energy. So that way you can attract more abundance whenever you need it. And the great thing is that you can listen to it and watch it whenever. It's about 15 minutes. So you can listen to it on the go. You can listen to it before bed. You can listen to it when you wake up. You can listen to it 45 different times a day. It's completely free. And it's a gift to you when you enroll with this package. You're going to also receive a digital daily Reiki journal, which you can write down your notes and your different thoughts. And it's a great way for you to kind of keep track and how you're feeling after each session. You will have free access to any type of virtual events or workshops during your 12-week container. So that's unlimited. So if I have, like 4 workshops throughout the span of the 12 weeks that you're enrolled with me, then you can get free access to them. And the great thing is I always do a recording of my virtual workshop. So that way you'll get the replay, even if you can't attend live. Another great benefit is you'll get 10% off all one-on-one Reiki sessions for 1 year after we finish our 12-week container. And that is completely unlimited. So you can use at any time if you want to do, a session once per month just to kind of stay balanced, you will be able to take advantage of that 10% off. The reason why this is a little bit different is because this is a weekly package. So you're working with me on a weekly basis. So this is really great for someone that is looking to really fast track their way to healing. And no, there's no shortcuts or anything, but this is for somebody that is really looking for that, to overcome that trauma or to work on really setting those boundaries to kind of really step into the next level of their life. So this is what this program is perfect for. So my old pricing for this program, and it's been the same pricing for the last 2 years, is $1,200 for the total of the 3 months. Or you could do a 3-month installment plan, and it would be $1,275 over the next 3 months in total. So the new pricing, because I added a bunch of new different things, is $1,500 or $1,575 over the course of the 3 months. But for joining this or catching the replay of this, I'm offering it at the old price, the pricing that I had for the last 2 years with all of the extra bonuses for the same price for $1,200. So that averages to $400 per month, and that's the same as like that's actually less than getting a package, like a 4-pack package from me. So that is available for you to take advantage of if you want to get that old pricing, and that is available for 1 week after today. So Friday, the 26th of April, and that is available for the first 3 people to sign up. Now, this program is limited because it is a one-on-one and it's not a group program. It is limited. So I only hold space for 6 people in this container. So that could be throughout the year. So if I get, 1 person per month, that would be, the 6 throughout the year. That's just because it's one-on-one and it's not a group program. Although I do absolutely love group programs, I love the fact that this is one-on-one because everybody's at a different stage in their life. Some people may need more support with, again, like I mentioned, setting boundaries. Some people may need more support with confidence and self-worth. Some people may need more support overcoming a little bit of trauma. So we're all at different stages in our life, and that's why this specific program is made specifically and tailored specifically for you based on wherever you are in your healing journey. Now, that brings us over to the Q&A. So this is your chance to ask me any type of questions about that membership, any type of questions about Reiki in general, self-love. If you want to give me any type of feedback on any of the meditations that we did today, this is your chance. Please feel free to ask me as many questions as you'd like. Kathy, I see you.
Jen, maybe I misunderstood this or wrote a bad note. So this is 12 weeks, but it's alternating weeks?
No, so what it is, it's 12 alternating weeks of 1 week will be Reiki. So I always start off with Reiki because I like to do an energy check to see where we are. And then the second week will be like self-love, boundary setting, confidence, whatever it may be. So maybe if you need to do a role. So for example, if you want to do a role play, like, hey, there's somebody, at my church that keeps asking me to join this thing and I don't want to do it. Like, can you help me say no? It could be something like that. It could be like a role play like that. Or it could be something like, hey, I'm having trouble, dedicating time to myself. Like, what do you recommend? And then we'll kind of work through that. So it'll just be more tailored to like self-love, self-worth, boundaries, confidence, that type of thing. And if you need an extra little Reiki session during that time, that is fine too. So that's how the weeks will alternate. So it'll be Reiki, and
Oh,
then the
okay.
next week will be
But
like
it is
focus.
something with each week.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
And then each week there will be the homework. And I know you're used to me giving my recommendations and things to work on. So yeah, each week will be homework, but since I'm your accountability partner, I will be checking in to make sure that you're doing the homework.
Got it. Thank you.
Natalie, thank you so much for all your feedback. I saw your comments coming up. Thank you.
You're welcome. And which crystals did you use?
So today I used selenite, which is my favorite. I've got a few different selenite. I got a selenite wand. This one's a heart. Selenite is really great at kind of capturing negative energy and really just kind of getting rid of it. So this is a good crystal to keep, like you can keep it on yourself. You can keep it with other crystals and it absorbs the negative energy from the crystals. But the cool thing about this is it doesn't hold on to it. Like it just kind of like lets it go and just, transmutes it. So I use that. I use 3 different types of red jasper. They're all polished. So I use different sizes. Red jasper is really great at for the root chakra. And they're really great at balancing and grounding our energy. I also used hematite and onyx too, which are really great at absorbing negative energy. So those are the crystals I use. And I have, not that you can smell it, but as I mentioned, I love essential oils. In the background, I have frankincense in my diffuser. So
Thank you.
the really cool thing about selenite is you can use it in place. I think you might know this, Natalie, but you can use it in place of Palo Santo or sage. So if you don't have those, or if somebody is very sensitive to those scents, you can use selenite, which I love.
Thank you.
Did you guys have any more questions? Kathy, if you think of any other questions afterwards, you can always text me or call me too.
Okay.
Because I know you were writing some things down.
Well, I'm a note taker, so.
Yeah, I love it.
It's not necessarily questions, it's just notes.
Okay. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to send over the replay, and feel free to take a screenshot of any of the pages if you want, like the visualization, the fourfold breath steps, whatever you'd like, if you'd like to rewatch it, or if you just wanted to watch and do the Reiki again, feel free to watch it as many times as you'd like. Are there any other questions before we go? All right. Well, that is my time then. If you have any other questions, you both know how to get a hold of me. Oh, thank you, Natalie. Yeah, you both know how to get a hold of me. So please feel free to reach out if you have any additional questions. But keep an eye on your inbox. Later this afternoon, I'm going to be sending the recording out.